because I mean, other than like family, all I have are my clients. I mean, that's what I do, and that's what I have, and I love each and every one of them. I have a special relationship with every one of them. That's what we want to do here. We want to take you to the next level. We want you to achieve your goals. All right. Here we are. It's another Tuesday at FXV Digital Design. Fred Talk coming at you November 24th, 2020. And thanks a lot for you guys for joining us. We're doing our Thanksgiving episode. It's going to be awesome. Talking, what are we doing? Spilling the tea?
Spilling the tea.
Where'd you get spilling the tea from?
TikTok.
Spilling the turkey.
Is
The
it the
turkey.
turkey?
That's good.
Spilling the turkey.
Yep.
All right. Let's move over a little bit.
It's pretty much just like, how did you explain it? Tea is like gossip or deets
drama
on something.
Isn't that spilling the beans?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's just
you know,
tea.
Is it because you
Gen X.
guys have to have your own version?
Yeah, exactly.
You have to have your tea?
Your tea.
Why tea?
Why
Because
not?
when you go and you have tea with friends, normally you're there gossiping or telling them.
Right,
each
you're
other's
like,
tea.
oh,
So
that's
you guys
some
are too
tea.
good for coffee. You have to have tea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure.
But spilling the beans doesn't make as much sense as tea does now, so we
Like,
make more sense.
Nobody eats beans.
When are you gonna go spill the beans? Like, what does that even?
What?
All right. Well,
Okay, guys. So today, pretty much, we're just gonna hang out with you guys, talk about our Thanksgivings, our traditions, memories, anything like that. Some of you guys already on Instagram, you guys shared what you guys have, like what you guys look forward to at Thanksgiving, what you're thankful for, and yeah, we'll just kind of start it off with that. So for me, like when I grew up, Thanksgiving was, when I was living in Alaska, it was really hard because my parents, we were isolated up there. We didn't have much family, so every holiday was just my immediate, like my mom, my dad, my siblings, and that was really it. And we are not really like festive family to begin with, so it was just kind of like whatever, we'll have the standard stuff. Then we moved down to like here, and it's been awesome just be able to, the past couple of years, going to Long Island and like being with all of our family there.
so you lived in Alaska?
Yeah, for 10 years.
Why?
What was that like?
Why we moved there twice. My parents were in ministry, so we were up there.
Oh.
And then my dad, when he was 23, he rode his Harley from Long Island to Alaska to become a counselor
He rode his Harley from Long Island to Alaska
at 23 years old.
to become a counselor.
Yeah. So,
How do you get to Alaska?
well, he had originally applied to a program in Florida.
Well, no, I'm not talking
And
about
then,
that.
yeah.
Like,
Well, you drive.
is
Oh,
it through
you drive.
Canada?
Oh yeah. You drive up to Canada on the west side, and then you go up and then
Oh.
over. So
So here you'd have to go to like Seattle-ish area and then
up
go
towards
up.
Oregon, yeah, and then up towards
That's
Washington.
awesome.
Did he keep like a journal or anything?
No,
Or he
he's not that
went-
creative.
Oh, okay.
But
Good
yeah.
for him.
That's killer.
So then moving down here was awesome, just being around the family and seeing all my cousins grow up now and stuff like that.
Who's on Long Island?
My grandmother, my grandfather, my 2 uncles, and my 1 uncle with 2 kids.
What part of Long Island?
We have East Moriches, Garden City, and darn it, Huntington.
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 I love Huntington.
It's so quaint.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool town. It's got a great venue now. My first gig ever was at the Roxy in Huntington with my band in October 25th, 1995.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my grandparents live
Nostalgic.
right across from the mall.
Oh, so that's like, yeah, it was Huntington Village is where we used to hang out. You go all the way up to Huntington Village. They got that pizza joint over there. So they have the
Mhm.
Little Vincent's, I think it's called. People don't like it, but I like it. Like after a show,
Let's go
few
grab some food.
cocktails. You're like, yo, I want pizza. So that place is I've taken you there. That definitely got to be a few times.
For pizza, probably.
Yeah, no doubt.
Where do you guys, do you guys do holidays in New York still? Or?
I mean,
Usually.
normally,
Yeah, we usually would go to Long Island and spend the day with like my family, and our family is ginormous because I have a Hispanic side and Italian side, so it just like never ends for me. So But we would usually go to my grandmother's house in West Babylon. We'd all get together and have Thanksgiving there and make Christmas ornaments. We always paint Christmas ornaments after we have dinner, and we just hang out, whatever. But unfortunately this year, with everything getting bad again, with the supposed like third wave at this point, we're just kicking it
Stupid
in Pennsylvania.
COVID.
Yeah.
I know.
It's so stupid.
So
So,
we
yeah.
get to see my lovely grandmother, Jill's mom, on Thanksgiving. We'll hang out with her and Lily the dog and have a good time.
Aw.
Yeah, man, that's what we're doing this year. Normally it would be my mom's house. But, what are you going to do?
Yeah, I like feel bad for my grandparents just because they live, obviously on Long Island. They've literally been in their house the whole year, and then like we have to try to figure out if we're gonna do like a Zoom call this year or like, well, obviously probably do something like that, like FaceTime, so we can at least see each other.
I'm still not a fan.
I know.
I hate Zoom. FaceTime. I never even did FaceTime. Like, I get like the younger
love
people
FaceTime.
do it. They love it. I can't stand it.
It's better than texting. I hate
I
texting.
don't
I'd
know.
rather. My roommate, when we first met, she'd always get on to me because I would always just like text her real fast, and then I didn't have the patience to wait for her text, so I just FaceTime her real fast. And she's like, "Why do you do that?" I'm like, "Because I just want to see your face. I don't. It just takes too long."
See your face. That's the Fred Talk takeaway for this week. I just want to see your face, Whitley. That's it. I mean, whatever. I don't know. I'd rather just be in person. I haven't seen my parents
Yeah.
since Christmas.
Yeah.
I saw them recently. They're doing great though.
Angie did, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you gonna do? But favorite things about Thanksgiving. What for me, I think it's what Ange said. I like the ornament idea. My mom came up with that a few years ago. I think she just went to like Michael's or something, or like the local plaster joint and bought like a crap ton of ornaments, and we would just start painting them, and then my dad would like seal it with like some enamel. Then we'd all take it home. I have like every one I've ever done still.
Yeah.
We all have them like on the tree, and like,
Oh my
we
gosh.
put those up.
Dad takes it so serious. He'll sit there for like at least an hour, and he'll have the little paint brushes, and he'll have the big ones, and he'll clean them off, changes colors, whatever. He takes it so serious.
Devil's in the details, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We should do that
literally.
here sometime.
We do. We take it really serious here. Look at, the awesome graphics that
Yeah, man.
Whitley makes every week. And even though it is a Thanksgiving episode and we're trying to keep it light, but, there's a lot of things that we do even with our families that we do here with our clients. And, we like to just keep it more family based because it's what's interesting is I had somebody come in this morning, my buddy Craig from his brand new pest control company, which we're going to launch his website in a couple weeks, CFC Pest Control. Check them out. We were talking about The Office. I love The Office, but there's this one great scene where Michael, I think, is talking to, I don't even know who he's talking to. Who cares? It doesn't matter. He says, people always say it's business, not personal, but business is one of the most personal things you could ever do with somebody. And when I saw that, I was like, dude, that's so right.
Yeah.
That's so right. It's like, because you get the business, not personal thing from The Godfather, right? Like if you watch that movie, it's in there. It's business, not personal. That's why you can't take, again, these guys are talking about murdering people, though, the mafia. That's the whole difference with that. But then you have Michael Scott so many decades later saying it's one of the most personal things you can do with people is business. And that's so true. Like, I have family. I have tons of family. Like Ann said, we're Italian and Spanish. There's cousins everywhere. Like I probably have a cousin up the block I don't know about.
Honestly.
But I have more of a relationship with my clients. But I think having a great relationship with your clients and treating it personal shows them that you care and they want to hang out with you. They want to work with you. Because that's one of the hardest things that you'll ever do or you'll ever have to overcome is making it personal and having a great relationship with your clients. The amount of clients we got this year because they no longer wanted to work with the company they were with is almost sad. Because, it just happened yesterday. Got a phone call yesterday from a potential client. They were like, hey, listen, we're with X company. We're just not happy with them. What's up with you guys? And then we just finished another client last week where initially he was like, hey, we were with C company. Terrible experience. Wish I would have went with you guys first. But what can you do for me now? And I guarantee 9 times out of 10, it's picking up a phone or writing them back. So
the customer service aspect.
Customer service. So think about that. You know, when you're out there, young entrepreneurs, business people, you're already in business, whatever the case is, treat your clients like your mom. Okay, you're always going to call your mom back. All right, you're not going to ignore her texts. You're going to at least send her a reply. Just do that. Even if you can't answer them back right now, show them that you're on the radar and say, hey, listen, crazy meetings today, or whatever the case is, we'll get back to you ASAP. Even if they see that, they're going to be like, all right, he's got the email. Because what I come to find is that when I let things go by too long, and not because I don't want to answer him back, because literally it was like a perfect storm of like 3 things came in at the same exact time, and like Whitley might be like, hey Fred, can you look at this quick? And then Angie might be like, can you send me that graphic? I'll let it go for a little bit, and it might be the next day, and I'm like, oh crap, you know, people will actually realize, hey, you didn't get back to me, you know, and then it starts to like this like timer in their mind goes off where it's like, uh-oh, you know, is he becoming like the other guy?
It's just like,
you know,
it's just like when a guy doesn't text a girlfriend back.
But isn't there rules to that?
She starts, what?
Isn't there rules to that? You have to wait like 3 days.
But it's just that idea that like we can start getting all these misconceptions in our head of like, why is he not texting me back? Why is he not getting back to me? Am I not important?
Right.
So it's just like the same thing.
Same exact thing.
And with like a customer, they'll just be like, well, I guess he's too busy to handle my work, or he doesn't care enough, or whatever. And like, because of that idea of caring, you know, and wanting to feel valued, because they are paying for a service or a product. And so just that idea to focus on responsiveness, how you do speak to them. Like you said, like I had like a quick update. Like, so I had the shoot for the 1-year-old on Saturday, and it was chaos, but it was great.
I saw a few shots you put up. I think today they look good, though.
Yeah, no, they came out really good, and she's amazingly happy with it. And she even wrote this thing saying that, like, just how diligent I was and delicate and passion-filled, and that, like, she really appreciated it.
Hey, everyone, it's Angelina, Media Director right here at FXV Digital Design. As you know, Whitley, Freddie, and I have a weekly podcast on Tuesdays, Fred Talks, where we talk to local business owners and also each other in order to help take your business to the next level. As we continue to improve our content for the Reading area, we want you to be a part of it. We're currently seeking sponsors in the Reading area for ad reads, which will be 30 seconds of promotion solely for your business. Ad read slots are $20 each, and they're highlighting your business and what you can do and offer for our community. Here's the catch. We are keeping none of the money that we are making off these ad reads. This money is going straight into Reading's local charities, businesses, families in need, and local food banks. During this holiday season, it's important to remember how grateful you are for what you have and to give back to those in need. Now through December 11th of 2020, all proceeds will assist FXV Digital Design to provide Christmas gifts to foster children in the area. If you're interested in purchasing an ad slot for one of our upcoming Fred Talks, shoot us a call or a message. Thanks, guys, and let's create something awesome today.
And then just like she even said, you know, the whole caring aspect, right? So I actually stayed an extra hour after they paid. Like, they didn't pay for the extra hour, but I had scheduled like an hour in the beginning, an hour at the end, to kind of help them save money and to mainly capture them the more important moments. But when I got back for the second part, they hadn't even gotten to the cake or like gifts. So I told them, I was like, you know what, it's okay. Like, they're like, here, you can eat or whatever. I was like, yes, Spanish food. I had 2 plates. It was bomb.
Spanish food is sometimes more than it's worth more than money.
I was like, just pay me in that, and then they gave me like a few beers when I left in the tip.
That's amazing.
There you
but
go.
But that's the thing too, is like I told my boyfriend, I was texting him, I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be staying longer, but I don't have anything else to do. I want to make sure I get enough shots to give them that, because the lighting was so off and stuff. So I just was like, you know what? And like he said, he's like, you want to show them that you care, but you can't be taken advantage of. So just that idea that like later on, if she does ask me, I'm like, hey, you know what? Like, I did this for this one moment because I didn't have anything else to do and wanted to make sure you got the stuff. But just being able to like kind of give and take sometimes when you're not expected to.
You have to. I mean, but that depends on the client too. Like, you'll get those clients that are really, maybe a little bit, they need more hand holding, and you'll find yourself being more strict with time.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have those clients that are just like, they're pure, or like they're just really nice people, and you stick around for an hour. It doesn't even faze you.
Yeah.
Because they're cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just like, whatevs. You know what I mean? Have I ever charged a client the exact amount of hours I've worked? No. And I don't mean that in like, I charge them for 13, only work 3. No, I've worked like 10, 12 hours and only charged them for like 6 or 7 because I originally told them what that was.
Yep.
'Cause even though they know that I could go above that, I won't do that because I set an expectation and I want them to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's on me to figure out these things better.
Mm-hmm.
I won't blame a client if I said 6 hours and it took me 12. Well, that's my fault. Okay, so whatever. I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, blah, blah, blah. But now they're a little bit of a pain. They'll get the full bill, and I don't mind sending that to them. So, but you did the right thing, man. You sat there. You had a great experience. They loved it. You're going to be their family photographer. Does it happen? Maybe. Does it not happen? Maybe, But regardless, if anything, that's a person that will always speak highly of you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's worth its weight in gold.
And I was able to give out like 20 of my business cards. And those people were able to see how much work I was putting in too. And so that with a crying baby half the time.
Oh man, 1-year-old. I mean, I did everything I warned you about happen.
There's like crying the whole first half. There's other babies crying, running around kids, uneven lighting. I was like, oh my, what? And then like you have bachata in the background. There's like so much stimulus.
And she's like, well, I'm only going to charge him like this amount. I'm like, you do know that this will not be on time. I told you that beforehand.
Yeah, I know it's Spanish time.
But Spanish time is different,
You tell them
dude.
like 4 o'clock, they'll be there at 6. It's, it's how it is. So I told her that. I was like, hey, we'll take all the group pictures when I get back because there's no one there yet. But overall, yeah, it was really good. And just like, even for me to learn, like, look, like, if I can be thankful for the opportunity and show them I care, like it will be a really good experience no matter what. So, and
it's killer for your portfolio because now you just added like a birthday party.
I know,
along with
like
engagement photos.
Every shoot I've done in 6 months has been completely different, which is so cool.
That's great.
Because going into next year I could be like, oh yeah, I already did that, I already did it.
You were so worried about lighting and all this crap. I was like,
I used my new flashes. It was amazing.
And how was it?
It was actually really good. I mean, I like practiced beforehand. I definitely need a little bit more practice with like, because the minute the baby stopped crying, I had to be ready.
Hell yeah.
And then like they would move and then just like all that kind of different variety of stuff. But yeah, I feel really good about this product. At least I put out with the little time I had to practice with them. So yeah, I would say like that is something when we were talking about like what we're thankful for. I think that in my personal life update, I feel like that's something that I'm like super grateful for is the variety of shoots and clients I've had, from low maintenance to prima donnas to all that kind of stuff, and just being able to grow within COVID. Like I know it's such a terrible experience we were all dealing with this year, but at the same time for me I feel like I've really gained a lot out of it.
Well, it's on you to take advantage of the time you're given. I don't, get me wrong, I know there's a lot of people suffering and jobs may not be there anymore, or you're going through what you have to go through, but what are you gonna do? Just sit around and mope? Like, don't get me wrong, you might get that first couple of weeks where like bad things happen, but I go back to that event in my life where I worked for that company for so long and she dropped me like a bad habit, and I was all like boo-hoo for like 2 weeks. And then my wife was like, bro, enough. Like, really? And she was right. Feel sorry for yourself for so long. It's like, dude, get off your ass and do something. Which is probably the best thing that ever happened to me. Or one of the best things was getting fired. Because then I went ahead and just, now look at us.
Yeah.
Or I could still be working for that dipshit.
Well, that's where I was. I got let go in June. And then here I am.
There you go. That's why
Crazy.
everything happens for a reason, ladies and gentlemen.
Mhm.
As far as what I'm thankful for, I mean, I'm thankful for all my clients. I'm thankful for, their patience and their trust in me. Because, I mean, other than like family, all I have are my clients. I mean, that's what I do, and that's what I have. And I love each and every one of them. I have a special relationship with every one of them. And that's not just trying to be like cliche or whatever. Every client, I know all of them, have special relationships with all of them. We have our own inside jokes, if you will, and like all the things that we do for each other and what I do for them, what they do for me. And it's also awesome to have great relationships because there's things that you do within the community and then you can depend on them.
Mhm.
Where I have so many clients and so many friends I've made in the area, and we're doing the awesome toy drive right now, and people are always walking in. There's always somebody walking in from somewhere, whether it's a friend of mine or a client of mine or people I've never done business with, but they're other business owners. They're like, let's help out. When you build those relationships, you can depend on people for things. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that for me, I like to take advantage of my relationships and friendships with people for good. So like, I won't ask for anything all year. I might ask them to go to lunch or we hang out or something, or like, but I know, like, I almost like save everything for this. Now I need you to help me. And nobody ever says like, no, obviously, because, when you're like, hey man, I need help with these ornaments, and they're just like, okay. Or our great advertising team, Zach and Kira, they do a lot of work with us, and they're like, oh, we want to take you out to dinner. I'm like, no, I took them out to dinner. The reason being is that I was like, they're like, well, we want to pay you back for everything. I'm like, don't pay me anything, but make sure you take more than one ornament off that tree. And then I can guarantee at least 4 kids, from there, let's just say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Justin came in, Justin Shank, shout out Justin and Lauren, came in, grabbed 6 more ornaments, but they already took like 4. So they're covering 10 kids. That's 10 kids that get helped out. So yeah, if I take advantage of my friends to help out kids, I'll do it all day, every day. So I'm thankful for them.
Yeah.
I'm thankful to be able to do that.
What are you thankful for, Ange?
Honestly, this year I'm definitely thankful for just the personal development that I've been going through. In March, I moved out of my parents' house, so I've been just kind of navigating the waters of being an independent person and just kind of being financially independent and growing like in more positive ways as a person, just trying to be a better human being every single day. So I'm just grateful that I've been given all of the opportunities that I have been, because even if it was not the outcome that I wanted, I definitely learned something from it. So I'm just grateful for just being alive, honestly, and just learning every single day and just riding the wave.
Preach
It's
it.
great.
Just vibing.
Exactly.
vibing.
I'm constantly vibing.
Just vibing, man.
Yeah, I think I'm just like really excited for like what's going to come, and like I know we'll like have a Christmas, recap of this year and stuff like that, but it's just cool to like have the amount of freedom and just be able to really doing what we want to do and having that opportunity, even though there's times of like serious stress. We have the outside
Definitely.
stress, we have financial stress, we have whatever, but at the end of the day, it's like, even like my boyfriend, going into detailing full time, it's very stressful, but it's like exciting to see us be able to actually like just figure it out and just do it, when like so many people aren't having that opportunity or don't want that opportunity.
Right. And I think with like financial freedoms and things like that, like for me, what I've really learned this year as a young person is, well, one, I spend a lot of money out, like buying food, but I really learned that money will always come back. So like as a young person, I know that I do have a very good head on my shoulders. So like if I can buy my friend a meal and that makes their day, like I will do that. Like it's really, it will come back. I'm not worried about it. So it's just like doing little things like that I know will just make me a better person. Just like, I don't know. That's all I really been doing. Just giving back. Just like little things. Even if I go to like Starbucks, every time I go to Starbucks now, I pay for the person behind me. just because I know that that karma will come back.
Damn, you're balling, bro.
Just but I'm not.
Starbucks.
I'm really not though, because like I have money, but like at the same time, like I'm still broke. Like I'm not doing really anything like special. It's just like I know that that money will come back. I'm not worried about it. Like if you put good out, it'll come back.
Always. You're not broke. You know, I wouldn't say it. You're a normal person making normal money,
Exactly.
doing your thing.
Yeah.
You know, and you're putting out a lot of positive vibes. You get a lot of positive vibes back, and I know I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you every day.
Thanks, man.
Because you rock out. You rock. You know, I'll tell everybody out there in the world, like, yeah, Ange left. Didn't tell me, you know, but that was the way it had to happen, you know. And I was worried, and then I contacted her. I was like, I love you, you know. And I was like, and then we started talking, and then and if anything, the relationship I think is stronger than it's ever been.
Yeah.
You know, just because she had to be that. But that's who Ange is, man. Ange is like Ange. I always say that. I'm like, Ange is Ange. Like, she wants to fucking do something, she's gonna do it.
Exactly.
And that's it.
I've never been able to be held down by either of my parents. I do whatever I want all the time.
That's really pretty much it. But, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm glad that some things took.
Yeah.
You know, she's a good person.
Yeah, I think everything that I thought was annoying as hell when I lived with you definitely paid off. Like, I know that you're a hard ass, but it definitely worked in my favor because I took all those lessons and I used them every single day.
Man, you're not weak.
Yeah.
You're not weak. And I always should tell you that shit from when you were a kid. I was like, don't be depending on anybody. Figure out how to do it yourself.
Exactly.
And don't be an asshole.
Yep.
That was it. I tell everybody, I was like, I just don't want my kids to be assholes. They grow up to be good people. I'm good. I'm good. You know, and that's where I'm at. I'm good, man. I'm good.
So this Thanksgiving, what is your guys' favorite dish that you guys eat at your house? Going back to Thanksgiving.
At Jill's mom's house, it's her stuffing.
Okay.
At my mom's house, it's her carrot cake.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
If you've ever had the opportunity or the pleasure of eating my mom's carrot cake,
sheesh,
forget about it. And she still has not given anybody the recipe, right?
Nope. I think Michaela's getting close.
Yeah, Michaela would probably get it.
Michaela's getting close.
Yeah, and that's fine. Just give it to somebody.
Right.
So they can do it.
She'll spill the tea.
Yeah, but my mom's, and what's crazy is that she makes it like a little better now. Back in the day when she first started making it, she used to cover it in cream cheese frosting.
I love cream cheese frosting.
Dude, with the cream cheese frosting. Jesus. But it's like one of the most tasty and moist cakes you'll ever have.
Yeah.
It literally just like, and it stays like that for like a minute. Like it doesn't go, but you also see when it goes bad, because and you know what? It's good that it goes bad, because then you know it's made with like real food.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not fake crap.
Yeah.
But it's just tasty, and you know, for me, my mother-in-law, her stuffing is like crack. Like I literally I'll eat the stuffing by itself. There's something that she puts in it, and I can't figure it out. And I always beg her, I'm like, can you just make sure Jill knows how to make this? You know, she's like, one day. You know, she'll show Jill how to make it.
Mothers and their recipes.
Right. Man. But like for me, that's it. Like for me, that's for Thanksgiving, that's what I gotta have.
I think so. Growing up, I never even wanted to attempt to try green bean casserole. I thought it looked disgusting. The consistencies were off because the breadcrumbs or whatever you put on top, the onion things, like would get soggy, and that freaked me out. And then my adult life, I tried it, and that's like
it's amazing.
That is just, it's so good. But my great grandmother who passed away, she used to make a non-bake cheesecake.
Oh my gosh!
It with like cherries on top. Oh, it's so good. I'll have to make it and bring it in, because I actually know.
Yeah, feel free to bake anything you want and bring it into the office.
Cheesecake, forget it.
Especially on Tuesdays.
Yeah, we can just try it. We'll do like a whole spread. But yeah, that's like my go-to for my family's like secret recipes or something.
I'm obsessed with sweet potatoes.
You've always loved sweet potatoes.
I love sweet potatoes, and if it has marshmallows, it's even better. But like, it doesn't even have to have marshmallows. I'll just eat sweet potatoes just straight.
Yep.
I just love them. I don't care whose house I'm at. I'll eat
You
them.
ever have it raw?
No.
I've had like Outback sweet potatoes where they have it like whole, but I haven't had raw sweet
I had it
potato.
raw a few weeks ago, and I
Really?
loved it.
Really?
I don't
Because
have,
Jill asked
think
me to
I've had one.
cut.
Does it taste like a carrot? I feel like that was like the.
It actually tastes a little
That's what I would
sweet.
think.
It's got the texture of a carrot. Maybe a little harder. Not really. You
Yeah.
know what it reminds me of?
What?
Coconut. If you ever eat fresh coconut,
It's like hard, but like.
but like you can chew it, but it's very sweet because you know it's a sweet
Interesting.
potato. Anyway, I was cutting it for Jill. Jill's like, "Can you cut this in quarters or whatever?" So I did. And like, you know, sometimes you get like that little small piece.
You're like, oh,
So I'm like,
try it.
Let me just try it, because I mean it's not gonna kill you. But I start eating, and I'm like, this is really good. And so I cut another one. Now I cut into like little slices. I'm like, it's like eating coconut.
Oh.
So next time, get a fresh sweet potato from the supermarket, peel it, cut it, try it.
It's probably better for you.
It tastes
More
great.
nutrients.
I mean, it's better than eating a potato.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Mashed
sweet potatoes
potatoes
are
and
killer.
gravy. Oh.
I'm gonna come back to the house one day and I'm just gonna see Dad just sitting.
Just sitting and then watching
with-
TV.
Yeah, just
Sweet
eating a
potato.
whole sweet potato.
But you can't like. I mean, is that bad for you?
I don't think
I don't think so.
Raw veggies are better than cooked veggies. So.
You know what? Yeah, except corn.
No, but
we all know.
I meant
corn
like
has no
like
nutritional
nutritional value.
Oh right, yeah. Just eating it raw is always good. Like green beans, I could eat raw all day.
Oh yeah, me too.
I just pop off the end. I'm like, all day. Like no problems with that. I'll do that all the time.
And yeah, I think those are my definite favorites. I think like when I get older, I would like to definitely still have the cheesecake, but I like that idea with like the ornaments. I want to have some.
Yeah.
We don't have like a tradition. We just kind of sit around afterwards with like talk. A lot of times, like my grandfather's birthday is October 31st, and then my birthday is November 14th. My brother's is 29th of November. So we kind of have like a collaborative like birthday little thing too. But
Do the
like,
ornaments.
yeah, the ornaments is a good idea. I
You'd
like
be
that.
surprised at how like involved you get, because you have paint,
Mhm.
brushes, and something cool you want to paint on.
Mhm.
My grandfather just puts on like jazz in the background. We all just vibe, we'll just have a good time, we chit chat, and then bring out desserts like halfway through.
Oh, and then it makes like 40.
Yeah, it's the best.
Jesus, you just can't stop.
I'm
making
always
desserts.
amazed at like grandmothers, like because they grew up in a hospitality mentality, like, you know, when they're like women are doing this and this and this, she never sits down, and she's like 70 some, and like she's the last one to sit and eat. She makes one plate for herself. She might nibble as she keeps serving everybody, and then like once the table's clear, she puts some refreshments or something out for everyone while between dishes and
Mhm.
stuff. And I'm like, that's some dedication. That's like some
They don't
real
make 'em like
commitment.
that
Yeah,
anymore.
and
Yeah,
like
they're
she
resilient women.
refuses help. Like she does not want
yeah.
help. I-
Yeah, my mom's the same way. I mean,
Yep.
she'll get help cleaning up, but like
Mhm.
I'll be like, Mom, let me help you with something. She's like, peel the potatoes. You know, like just don't be by where I'm at. You know, like just
Yeah.
go sit over there and peel some potatoes. You know, that's like
She's
the
on a
extent.
mission. Yeah.
Yeah, she just goes. You know, that grandmas do that. That's their
Mhm.
like gig. You
I'm
know, which I
hoping I can be
appreciate.
like
Thank
that.
you, all grandmas of the
Yeah,
world.
thanks, grandmas.
Thank you to all the grandmas. I feel like I'll be like a cooking grandpa.
Yeah,
For
Yeah, because
sure.
I could throw down if I have to.
if you have to.
Yeah, like I mean, like if
So if we have a Christmas dinner here,
yeah, I could throw down.
okay.
I think
You heard it.
him and Jill secretly like hosting, but they won't boast about it. But I think they like hosting.
I like hosting my children. That's about the extent of that.
No, you like when all the family comes over.
Yeah, it's cool. I wish, you know what? It's cool, but I hate our kitchen.
Okay, yeah.
I wish it was
get that.
bigger. It's so small.
Mm.
That's the worst. And we knock down those walls and put the island in, and people can sit down. I can talk while I'm cooking. That's why I want the stove on the island, because they can see, you know, where everybody's sitting, and I
yeah.
can watch them and cook, and I'm
Yeah.
not so enclosed.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever got that, I'd be cool. I'd
I'm
be good to
hoping
go.
that I'm like, because my family was never hosts. Like my parents didn't even really have friends as I grew up. They still don't really have like friends. And I see my boyfriend's parents, and like they're friends with like the parents who like were involved with sports and all that kind of stuff, you
Mhm.
know. So they have these really close friends they've known for years. And I'm always like, oh, I just want to be like the hosting house. Like I just want to have all the parties. I want to have all the family.
I wish I could do that.
Just
Me
because
too.
I'm thinking, one, people are like, oh, that's a lot of work. Yeah, but I don't have to go anywhere.
Mhm.
Like, everyone just comes to me and I just clean up and then it's done. I don't
Mhm.
have to drive 4 hours to Long Island or whatever, you know.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just the dogs. If it wasn't
Oh,
for the
yeah.
dogs, I would have parties all the time.
Oh, yeah, you do have quite a number of dogs.
Yeah, I love them. They're great. But if it wasn't
It's
for
a
them,
pack.
yeah, I would have. I'd have ragers like constantly.
Actually,
Think about
Jill,
it.
are
All the
you hearing
people I
this?
know,
right.
it would be like, yo, who's coming over tonight? Because we do that poker night here every 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
Poker night happens here, just the fellas. And what's cool is that it's all entrepreneurs. We're all business owners. And I host. And we got a spread, and it's only once every 2 months. It's like, it's just us,
Mhm.
secretive, kind of.
Secret
But I have a
club.
great time. We
That
have
sound like the mafia.
everything
Yeah, that's
just laid out.
definitely a moth.
It's almost like a speakeasy, So just if there was no window
The
there, it would so
storefront.
be like
Literally.
speakeasy.
Little do we know. So,
Yeah, all
Is there
kinds of
like-
shit.
Well, is there like a secret knock?
There is a secret knock,
Oh, okay.
no,
but you guys don't know
Yeah.
we will find out.
it. But you don't know.
Well, any last Thanksgiving ideas or tips, tricks for this year?
I
Before we
mean,
close out.
I would say if you're a local business owner, make sure you put a post up saying Happy Thanksgivings. Send that an email. You know what? Send
An
out an
email,
email this
yeah.
week. Send out an email like a MailChimp or Constant Contact or whatever, and just say Happy Thanksgiving
Mm-hmm.
and see what happens.
And make it personal
Make it
Mhm.
personal.
to your
yeah.
client.
That's what we learned today.
Personal.
Personal. Michael Scott said it best. Business is one of the most personal things you can do.
That'll
Look it
be
up.
the
Google
takeaway.
it though.
What?
Google it.
Good.
What
Oh,
exactly
Michael
what Michael
Scott's.
Scott said. I don't want to, because I love The Office. But that was when I heard that, and because Jill and I watch it. We always watch it on TV before we go to sleep, and every time I hear that, I always point at the TV. It's like it's one of the most personal things that you could ever do.
Gonna be the takeaway.
And it's so true. That's the takeaway: is treat your clients like family.
Okay, maybe that's a better one.
Thanksgiving. You'll want to hang out with your friends and family, right? The people that mean the most to you. Treat your clients like that. If anything, make them like that.
Mm-hmm.
And watch your business soar.
Yeah.
It is guaranteed. I had a phone call.
Relationship.
Relationships. Had a phone call yesterday from a pretty big company out here. And a woman was on the phone and she's like, hey, just want to see if you offer this, this, and this. I'm like, yes, we do. And she's like, do you remember working on this other client's website? I'm like, yes, they're still my clients to this day. Love them. And she's like, well, I used to work there. And I was like, really? And she's like, they always spoke so highly of you.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, that's amazing. They're great
Right on.
people. And she's like, and then I came and worked here. And I saw the issues we were having with the web company. And I said, I have to call Freddie. And she's like, that's why I'm talking to you today.
Sweet.
And that's just from what's funny. That's just from treating people like people.
Mm-hmm.
Treating people like people, human beings. That's all you
Okay.
got to do, man. It's really not rocket science. And like I always say, don't be a dick, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's it.
You do that, you're straight. So that's your takeaway. That's your lesson for the day or the week or whatever you want to call it. Just treat
Yeah.
everybody like family and
Have
you'll
fun
be
with your
just fine.
family.
That's it. And you have fun with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Have fun with you guys. I think
Yeah.
we have a great relationship here. I think we
Yeah.
have a lot of fun doing these things and just
Yeah.
hanging out. It's like, why wouldn't you want to do that?
Right. Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. I hope you guys enjoyed just getting to know a little bit more of us and our tea for Thanksgiving. Make sure you guys are really appreciative of your family. If you can't be around them this year, make sure you give them a phone call or a FaceTime. And as always, let us create something,
One day Whitley will get it right because it only says it on the wall. It's only on the wall. Let us create something.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for joining us today. And as always, let's create something awesome today.
There you go, Ange. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Take care of
Adios.
yourselves.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Love one another,
I'm
please.
gonna start just writing that.